Stay out of Seattle. That's the message from several Seattle City leaders to President Trump as they prepare for the possibility of federal troops in the community.
Fox 13's Alejandro Guzman was at today's press conference at City Hall asking questions to Mayor Bruce Harrell and Attorney General Nick Brown.
Everyone wants to know what's the likelihood that we'll see troops patrolling our streets. And while that answer is still not clear today, what we do know is that Mayor Harrell plans to release an executive order with his plan of action in the event that the White House does mobilize the Washington National Guard.
We do not need the federal government bringing in armored vehicles, semi-automatic weapons, military personnel to make quote-unquote us safer.
Inside Seattle City Hall, Mayor Bruce Harrell stood shoulder to shoulder with Washington Attorney General Nick Brown, making it clear they'll fight any attempt by President Trump to send troops into the city.
There is no force in American politics that is more reckless and destructive than the current president of the United States.
Over the weekend, President Trump used social media to announce he was sending troops to Portland, calling it a, quote, war-ravaged city. He also claimed ICE facilities are under siege by Antifa and domestic terrorists, allowing troops to use full force. Hundreds of people showed up outside an ICE facility in Portland to protest President Trump's decision. That sparked reaction from U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi.
These are not peaceful protests. These are coordinated attacks by radical extremists, and they end now. Anyone who threatens or assaults our federal officers will be arrested and charged federally.
Washington Attorney General Nick Brown responding in Monday's press conference by saying,
Seattle is certainly not war-ravaged, neither is Portland. We do not see anything happening here that would lead or generate an insurrection.
Brown says Washington is ready to challenge the administration in court, but the question here is, who does the National Guard respond to? Governor Bob Ferguson or their commander-in-chief?
They wear dual hats, and they are often put in very challenging positions.
His strategy, and I'm referring to President Trump, his strategy only serves to escalate tensions and continue to breed mistrust. Our message today is very clear. Stay out of Seattle.
So you heard it there from Mayor Harrell himself, and President Trump has also said in the past, that he's pulling the FIFA World Cup from unsafe cities, Ali, and I know that President Trump didn't necessarily name Seattle specifically, but he did make that comment. Did Harrell today have anything to say about that?
Well, I brought up that very same issue with him, and he did. In fact, he actually called the mayor called President Trump's comments as, and I quote, baseless statements. He says that he doesn't appreciate the amount of planning that's going into the World Cup, and that the mayor does say that there is no data suggesting that Seattle is not a leading city who is ready to host what is expected to be a huge event for our city.
So I checked Travis Couture and Jim Walsh's Facebook pages. Those are two of our top leading Republicans in this state, to see if there was any reaction. They had not commented publicly. What are you hearing from the Republicans?
Well, I did reach out to the state Republican Party, just specifically, as you mentioned, Jim Walsh, just to get their stance on the situation and what could potentially come next. And let's just say that we're still waiting to hear exactly what they plan to do. But once we do, of course, we'll update you both on air and online, of course.
All right, Ali, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.